Hello, Matthew Williams here. Just bringing you a small video to talk about somebody who used to be a partner of mine who committed suicide about 10 days ago. And we were together for probably about best part of 7 years on and off. I won't mention his name, but some of you out there know who he is. And I used to quite like this guy, but unfortunately, he was a bit of a bastard. Really hard to fucking trust. He was always up to stuff behind your back, and fucking doing things that were really gonna get you fucking in trouble. So, it's really hard to sort of reconcile that. And I'm one of these people who tries to sort of see the best in people. Although some people aren't, really worthy of that and never really seem to sort it out. So, eventually you have to say enough's enough. And, still cared about this person and still used to try and keep an eye on him. But that just dragged out, the distance, the time between going to find out what was going on with them, just got longer and longer. And to be perfectly honest, every time I made the effort to go and see them, it just seemed to me like things weren't getting any better for them. And half the problem was drugs, really. Drugs, yeah. They used to smoke loads and loads of really strong cannabis, and I think it made them clinically paranoid. I don't know quite what the clinical definition of it would be, but when people can't tell the difference between a friend or a foe, and they think that their friends are actually out to get them, that sort of paranoia, and because they think their friends are out to get them, they have to strike out. They have to strike out first and fucking do really bad stuff, which is unnecessary, but that's what drugs do. And people on drugs often don't realize that they act like over the top fucking pricks to the people around them who actually care about them. They don't realize that, and my ex was one of those. He didn't really understand what he was doing half the fucking time. He really was out to cause fucking major aggro for me, and got himself into all sorts of fucking situations. And I had to go and literally go around the country, to different places in the country and bail him out. And he had really weird friends that he would invite around the house, and sometimes his I'd meet these people and they were so fucking weird they wouldn't even sort of like tell you who they were. You'd say like, "Hi, I'm Matt," and sort of go and shake their hand, and they wouldn't even shake your hand. They were kind of like all like this, and it'd be like, fucking hell, is he you'd think to yourself, has he fucking told them something like really bad about me, like I'm fucking Mr. Satan or something that I can't be fucking talked to. And so I'd say, well, I'm Matt, who are you? And they wouldn't give me a name. I mean, this happened with a couple of people, and I just said, oh, well, I'll just call you fucking John then, All right, John, would you like a cup of tea, John? And stuff like this. Never even really got to find out who these people were, Go around there. This is like when we weren't exactly together. Things like that, and I was just like, fucking hell, this is too weird. But anyway, I remember one time he'd invited somebody down, and I was like, oh, right, okay, cool. Well, this person turned up, and I was chatting to them. I said, mate, you look, you look really fucking, spaced out. Have you taken something, or are you drunk, or what? And he was like, and he said, well, I've taken some tablets. I'm like, what have you taken? And he's like, well, I've taken like, half this bottle of tablets. I'm like, what, you took half a bottle of them? I mean, like, how many are you supposed to take? And he's like, well, I take like one a day. And I'm like, oh, okay, why don't we go on the internet and find out what these tablets are and what they do? And it was like serious antipsychotic fucking drugs he was taking, and he'd taken half the fucking bottle. And I'm like, mate, you've overdosed. We need to get you into a hospital right now. So luckily, the local casualty was literally 2 minutes walk around the corner from where my ex lived. So I took him in there and I explained the situation. I said, I really don't know this guy, but he's fucking overdosed, and he's come to say hello and visit, and he's overdosed. And you know, other weird things like this. I'm not telling you good things here about my mate. I'm telling you all the bad shit, because we didn't end on very good terms. But yeah, going to my fucking computer suppliers was a good one. Went to my computer suppliers and get bits from them. They're friends of mine, and went in there and they said, "Oh, is your mate ever going to pay for that stuff he had?" I'm like, "What? What stuff?" And they said, "Well, he came in here and said he wanted like computer parts, and he was your mate, and it would all get sorted out. So could he grab them?" And we said, "Yeah, if you're a mate of Matt's, no problem, because I had a fair trust with these people. So yeah, just walked off with all this fucking stuff, and never paid for it. 5 months later, they're wondering if he's ever going to pay for it. So I had to go and get that money off him and pay him back. It's just sad, really, that you've got people like that do stuff like that. But I did try to help him. Nearly fucking hit him a few times. He was just a fucking bastard, really, a lot of the time, and caused a lot of problems for people that were unnecessary, really. But then I've been accused of that a lot lately. So yeah, he's no longer with us now. He hung himself at the top of his stairs. He apparently fed his dogs and then hung himself at the top of the stairs. And I'll be perfectly honest with you. He told me that he tried to do this before. I knew that he tried to kill himself once when he was young, but didn't succeed. And he told me that he was going to do this, and well, he'd done it. Tried to do it. And this was a long time ago. This was years ago. And I said to him, when I was visiting him, I said, "How are you getting on with your life?" And he said, "Well, I tried to kill myself." And I'm like, "Oh, fuck's sake, here he goes. Here he fucking goes." Right. I'm like, right then, yeah, good. Well, that's really clever, isn't it? You're fucking, you got your dogs, and like, you're gonna kill yourself. And what are your fucking dogs gonna do? That's not responsible fucking thinking, is it? And like I said to him then, you really want to fucking stay off the drugs and clear your fucking head out, because that shit is not very good for you. But that was his decision. His decision was he was going to smoke fucking as much fucking cannabis, super strength stuff as he could from morning till night. And according to him, he could handle it. So I don't think he could. And that's why once I took his fucking drugs off him, he had a grow room in the attic. Took his drugs off him because he was going fucking completely mental. Tried to get him to see a drugs counsellor, but that didn't really happen because he was convinced, on the day that he was going fucking nuts, I managed to convince him that he needed to see a doctor. He went to see a doctor, and the doctor said, "You're fucked, mate. You're totally fucked. Look at you. Go and see a fucking counsellor." So he got him to agree to that. I got rid of his fucking drugs in his grow room so that he wouldn't start doing stuff again. And then he wouldn't. He refused. Then a couple of days later, he refused. "I'm not fucking seeing a drugs counsellor. Nothing wrong with me," because he was back on his feet again. It's like, okay, whatever. I was angry with him for it. I was really angry with him over it because I did fucking care about him. But some people won't let you help them. They won't let you help them. So there you go. That was part of him. That's a small part. There's some other parts that were really fucked up that I can't talk about. Not good, really. But there we are. What did he do in the end? He killed himself and he left his dogs. and he left them with a day's food and his door apparently ajar. So his neighbour came in and found him, and again, you know, do people really need that? You know, that's not fucking nice for other people to deal with. It's fucking shit, you know, fucking shit. So there we are. That's why I'm sort of doing this video, is just to sort of be in the memory of this guy. I do remember the good times, but do you know what? I remember a lot more fucking bad times than good. And it's sad when situations are like that. It's sad, you know, because life shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be about remembering the bad times and remembering the fucking shit that happened, and that being this big and the good times being this big, you know. It shouldn't be like that. It really shouldn't. Like I say, you know, wasted years. Wasted fucking years of his life, of my life, and a lot of other people's lives around. And he destroyed friendships that I had with people. He put real fucking wedges in the way. And, you know, that seemed like that was his number one thing in life for him to do, actually. It seemed like what he wanted to do all the time. Just drive fucking wedges in between me and other people. So, they say you shouldn't speak ill of the dead, but, you know, you can't live with them. I mean, that's sad to say, but you can live without them. And to be perfectly honest, I used to say to myself, one day I'll have a fucking knock on the door and it'll be something bad and it'll be something to do with him. And, you know, that's going to be bad on me. Whatever it will be, you know, he'll draw something fucking down on me, because he tried a few times when we were together, you know. He really did. And I was expecting that. And it's really fucking sad and sick to say this, but some people who know me will know that what I'm saying is right. But I think I'll sleep a bit better now, knowing he's not there. And that's sad, and I feel like a cunt for saying it, but it's the truth. So I hope he found peace, because he didn't seem to find it in life. So I hope he found it now in death, and I hope it all makes a lot more fucking sense for him, because I don't know, it didn't seem to make a lot of sense when he was alive, and I was worried for him. I really was. I had to scare him once or twice with fucking stuff, because I needed him to fucking realise that he was going too fucking far, and, you know, had the desired effect, but, you know, and I had to tell his old man once that he really should keep an eye on him, because, you know, I knew he'd tried to commit suicide, and I told his old man that, told his dad that. I said, look, you know, he's told me he's threatened to commit suicide, and it doesn't have any play with me, because the way that we've gone over the years, I'm not looking after him, and if he's telling me that as a cry for help, then the cry for help has fallen on deaf ears here. I told his dad, you know, look after him, fucking look after him, because he's not looking after himself. And I don't know whether that happened or not. I don't know. I would imagine his parents probably did as much as they could to try and help him in the way that they could. But he still lived down here. He still lived on his own. And, you know, he possibly just went back into old fucking habits and just, you know, just did that. I don't know. But it's sad. But, do you know, you know, his fucking stuff that he used to do, and the risk that there was of him fucking, you know, ruining my fucking life, was great. It was quite a great risk, actually. So, you know, sad, but, you know, Let's hope he found peace somewhere else. So, you know who you are if you're looking out, and my mates know who he is. So, fuck it. Thanks for watching.